So today we discuss the mediocre episode that happened and the future episodes of Pokemon X, Y, and Z.
Pokemon! 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 Pokemon!
Hello everyone, I'm Dustin Benzel and welcome to another Pokemon X, Y, and Z anime discussion. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it could be very short because I'm just going to do a brief summary of the episode that aired today, and we're going to talk about the upcoming episodes, and of course I'm going to mention that new title that I've been neglecting to talk about because I keep forgetting about it, but this time I have everything. So we have all the known episodes so far, and we don't have any sort of inkling of what's going to happen in the next episodes that are going to be after the Baniri episodes. So anyway, let's jump right in this, and we'll start with the episode, the Binacle episode. So basically, the summary is we saw Zerosik talk or doing experiments on blue Zygarde core, and I think there was a mention of that giant rock or whatever that we saw in the Mega Evolution Axe. I think it was mentioned, so it seems like blue Zygarde core has something to do with that, and I don't know if we got anything else. So basically, then we cut to Puny-chan, who's worried about Blue Zygarde core, but I don't think knows why. Bonnie sings, and then we get into the episode, which is basically it's an episode where they go to a museum of some kind where there is this beautiful gem, the mysterious Knuckle. Opens the lock but doesn't steal the gem. Officer Jenny gets involved, and then a lockpick master gets involved, and basically Binacle gets involved, and that's the end of no, okay, I'll be a little bit fair. That's the end of the episode. Alright, there we go. No, so then basically they're like trying to figure out what's going on. Binacle attaches itself to Bonnie. The locksmith master knows what Binacle is, the Binacle head. It belongs to another Binacle head or whatever of an apprentice that he had. I believe that's when he mentioned his apprentice at that time. But Binacle was being a pain and didn't want to leave Bonnie's head for whatever reason. So then, of course, we cut to the mysterious Knuckle, who has a name, but I can't recall what it is, and I don't really have a whole lot of notes because there's really not a lot to discuss. So basically, he gets caught up with Team Rocket. Team Rocket try to get mysterious Knuckle to open the Pokemon Center so they can steal the Pokemon. The mysterious Knuckle is clever and manages to get away for the most part. Of course, then Team Rocket used their Pokemon. The Pokemon Center is caught on fire. Ash meets up with that particular mysterious Knuckle along with the group. Ash has Greninja to help out. The mysterious Knuckle manages to pick the Pokemon Center to get the Pokemon. And then, of course, the fire burns the lock a little bit so he can't escape. So the mysterious Knuckle is trapped in the building. The Binacle attached to Bonnie goes to the locksmith master. They come back, and the story apparently, from what I understand, and this is not confirmed, you're going to have to look up translations or something of that nature to know for certain, but apparently the apprentice was a little upset that his master, the lockpick master, was belittling him, and it came to the point where he became a villainous type character to prove that he was a good locksmith breaker. He can like break the locks and stuff. And then, of course, the master tells him probably, and I'm guessing here, that he was only hard on him so that he could be the best person that could break locks or break open locks and stuff if need be, because that's kind of what a locksmith is typically, someone that helps you open locks that you normally can't do. So Mysterious Knuckle cries, so they work together, they open the lock. Pokemon Center is like a little burned down. The Mysterious Knuckle is temporarily arrested by Officer Jenny, but I'm guessing by the flashback that was shown, Jenny said that he's just gonna go down to the to Officer Jenny's office or whatever, and they're just gonna talk about some things, and then he's probably gonna let go, and probably what's probably going to happen is he's going to like get a job or something like that, and then our heroes go off onto their own, and that's pretty much the end of the episode. It was a very mediocre episode. It wasn't bad in the sense that I didn't want to watch it or whatever, but there was just no excitement. It was like, why is this an episode? I don't know why. Why is it's very weird, and the problem is, and I've already addressed this before, I don't like these episodes, and this episode, as I mentioned before, for other videos and stuff, although not quite in these terms, is this is just a slice of the life in the Pokemon world, which means it's an episode that devotes on these character of the days that we will never see again, that have little to no dealings with the main cast. I mean, the main casts are only there because of coincidence. They just show up at the right exact time. And it doesn't help that Team Rocket just showed up at the exact same time to set the Pokemon Center on fire and then have the whole story be resolved because of that. But I don't like these episodes because they have nothing to do with the main group, and I will, of course, talk about the criticisms that I have with the master class that is just about to show up and stuff. The preview for that was very disappointing, that I'm really not sure what to talk about except the summaries, and so, and I don't like slice of life episodes in regards to the Pokemon world because there is so much better things that they can dedicate with. Even if it was horrible animation, we could have gotten a really nice battle, Serena just like battling against Ash or whatever. Maybe Serena's like trying to think of, how can I make my free performances more interesting? Yeah, let me battle Ash real quick and see if there's anything that sparks my mind. Maybe I could create a performance out of it or something like that. Maybe we could see the group's Pokemon in a picnic as they sit back, and maybe Binacle of the Day could just be whatever the case is or whatever it is. But, I just don't like episodes that focus on another character's life, and it seems like Ash and Company are the third wheel. Like, what exactly are we doing here? I feel a little awkward. We really shouldn't be here. This is your time. We're gonna just go. We're gonna leave. A little awkward here. I don't like episodes like that. If it was like Team Rocket focus episode, like the Team Flare versus Team Rocket episode, where Blue Zygarde Core was caught by a Team Flare or whatever, that would be fine. It doesn't necessarily have to be about Ash and Company. But it's not like this episode had anything to do with Ash and Company or even Team Rocket. And the only reason why Ash and Company were basically evolved was because of Binacle forcing itself on Bonnie's head for whatever reason. That being said, however, there is one thing that I would like to note that I just thought of right now, and that is that when things were going on with the Mysterious Knuckle, when he was trying to open the Pokemon Center, or when he was working with the Locksmith Master, the one thing that was really notable was Puny-chan was watching and watching them, and I'm just like sitting there like, why is Puny-chan being shown with this? Is it gonna like suddenly help it out, or is it like judging humans and realizing that humans are varied? They could be bad, but they may have good qualities or something like that. So maybe the world, the Kalos region, can be placed in the hands of humans or something like that. I don't know, but it was very weird that a couple of scenes showed Puny-chan watching the mysterious Knuckle when he was trying to enter the Pokemon Center so he could save the Pokemon because Officer or Nurse Joy wanted that. And of course, when the Master Locksmith was trying to open the door, help his apprentice or whatever the case was, and so it was interesting to see Puny-chan. But like I said, I really don't like slice of life episodes where it deals primarily with other characters and their stories and storylines. It's like this shouldn't be in the main series. They should just like create their own series and call it Pokemon the World or something like that. You know, the Pokemon World or something like that, and that would be its own series. And they could have these little slice of life episodes if people want to watch it. But it just seemed very strange that this was primarily about a locksmith and his apprentice, and maybe a little bit of miscommunication or misunderstanding with each other's points and stuff or whatever. You know, there were some great moments. We got Binacle smacking Clemont and Bonnie. You know, like I said, like I said from the preview in the previous review, this was a very odd episode, especially with the two heads acting too independently. It's like, how is this even a Pokemon? You know, if they're basically two heads acting independently. You know, why couldn't it just be a normal Pokemon by itself with one head, and maybe it could like have like some sort of symbiotic relationship when it's with another Binacle head or whatever you want to call it or whatever. So yeah, it was very strange, and like I said, it's a very mediocre episode, but at the very least, it was there. You know, it was. You watch it one time, and you just don't really care about it and just move on. But it wasn't an episode where it felt like a chore watching. It just felt completely out of place with everything that was going on, despite what I said in the preview about how I was looking forward to it. But I wasn't expecting it to primarily be about the mysterious Knuckle and his relationship with the locksmith master or whatever. So anyway, let's just move on to the Pokemon Showcase episode. So first off, let me reread this summary here, or not. Well, not reread it. I don't know if there was a video that I said this, but I have the summary here. It's a more recent episode, and it tells basically what's going to happen. And it's the day of Masterclass arrives for Serena and Shauna, Miette, Nini, and Jessie, rivals she's competed against before, have assembled there as well. However, she needs to be the last person standing among these in order to challenge the person she truly wishes to. Kalos Queen Arya, who waits her in the finals. Serena goes on stage carrying all the technique and passion she has fostered so far on her journey in her heart. So yeah, basically it's the start, and like I said, there was really nothing that I could say about the preview, really. I don't even know if I'm going to be, I don't know if there'd even be a point in putting in pictures, but you know, basically what we just saw was just everyone there, everyone talking, Serena doing some sort of free performance looking thing, you know, Serena looking like she's just waiting to be called, and then of course she was putting keys into things, and opening doors or whatever, but the thing was, there just wasn't really a whole lot. So yeah, the preview was Pierre, the opening of Masterclass, Serena opening a door or locks with her princess keys. There's Arya. There's a whole bunch of maidens and performers and stuff. There's Ninnies, and she's doing her thing. There's Miette. There's Serena. It was just like basically that. Yeah, that was like pretty much it. There was like really nothing. the end credits or whatever, or the thing that shows the sponsors or whatever, it showed a little bit more, a little kind of, and it showed everyone except Jesse, so all of Serena's rivals except Jesse, and they were just like talking with each other. I mean, well, obviously I don't think Arya was there, but Nini, Miette, Shauna, I think was all there. They were all discussing with each other, you know. We saw like Ivysaur. And the strange thing, and this is what I don't like about this episode, is apparently, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was recently updated or something like that, but despite the fact that we did see Pancham in the actual preview, apparently Pancham does not have a voice role in this episode, so it's kind of like Donphan in the Sinnoh League opening, where it just appeared to use rollout with music in the background or something. So if I'm not mistaken, and I am checking the VA list right now, yeah, Pancham's voice actor or voice actress is not listed in the VA list. What we have here is we have Ash, Pikachu, Serena, Clemont, Bonnie, Dedenne, Jesse, James, Meowth, Wobbuffet, Sylveon, Bunnery, Chespin, Gurgeist, Yashio, Pierre, Arya, Delphox, Shauna, Miette, Nini, and Tierno, and the narration, which is Unsho Izuzuka. I butchered that name, I apologize. So yeah, and I'm just like, really? Are you telling me that Pancham, that was caught for the sole purpose of performances, because that's how Serena caught Pancham, is not going to have a speaking role within the episode? And I did check Serena's Pancham's voice actress to see what else she plays in case something took precedence, you know. But no, Serena's Pancham is voiced apparently by this woman by the name of Noriko Shitaya, and she is not listed at all in the VA list, and she only plays like characters like Candace, which was in 4th gen, I believe. Viola, Shinko, and Jean, I think those are coordinators. Well, no, maybe not. Shinko was the character of the day with Dawn and stuff or whatever, with Cyndaquil and stuff like that. Jean must be the girl that was in the Pikachu movie episode or whatever. And of course, the Pokemon that she voices are Pancham, Serena's Pancham, one of Olympia's Meowstic, the male one, and Spoink, the one I believe that was in the Gumi Evolution episode. And that's all her roles. And you're telling me that in a Masterclass episode, Pancham is not going to have a speaking role? Now, maybe the VA list wasn't full because maybe they had like a certain limit of amount of actresses that can go in there, and maybe they reused voice clips from other episodes of Pancham or whatever. But are you telling me that Serena is only going to focus on Braixen and Sylveon? Now, when I was saying the VA list, you did hear that I didn't say Braixen, but Braixen is voiced by Jesse's VA in Japan. Megumi Hayashibara voices both Jesse or Musashi and Braixen or Tierner or whatever. I butchered that name. I apologize, Braixen. But yeah, that's my problem. It's like, this is Master Class, and apparently, based on the VA list and so far, one of Serena's Pokemon is being snubbed. Now, maybe there are unforeseen circumstances at the time that prevented the voice actress from voicing at that particular time, or whatever, so they maybe cut out some scenes or something like that. But I'm not really sure how much of an excuse that is, because I'm sure there could have been a long period of time where she could have probably voiced it. So Not having Pancham having a speaking role does not sit well with me. The preview wasn't really all that exciting for me, and it seems like, based on the summary for the next episode, the two summaries that I'm going to read make the next episode a little bit more exciting. So let's just skip on to that and move on to the next one. So let's go on to the Arya versus Serena, open a door to the future, or whatever it is. First summary says Serena has managed to win her way to Masterclass semifinals, where she's going up against Jessie and Serena's best friend Shauna. A tense set of performance where each of these three, with their completely different performance styles, deliver their absolute best unfolds. But at the end of her performance, something happens to Serena as she attempts to land. Which I'm not really sure what that means, but of course we'll talk about it in a moment. And it says, and the second summary says, Serena has made her way through fierce duels and won her way to Masterclass Pokemon Showcase semifinals, where she's going up against Jessie and Serena's best friend Shauna. A tense set of performance unfolds with no way to tell which of the three will win, where no one can afford even the tiniest mistake. With no way to tell which of the three will win. Oh, let's see. Isn't the title called Arya versus Serena? So unless it's some sort of weird exposition match or something, I think that kind of tells. No, but as going back to the previous summary where it says, at the end of her performance, something happens to Serena as she attempts to land. I don't know if that's going to be she like trips or she lands too hard and like sprains her ankle or something like that. And I have a feeling if that happens, even if Serena does somehow come out unscathed from that and manages to battle against Arya, I think that's a little upsetting. This is not the right time for Serena to continue to keep making mistakes in her performances, you know? I mean, the first one was an oversight of making Fennekin's ribbon too big. The second mistake she did was, was because of her Pokemon. Eevee was a little too shy and was not all about the whole audience staring at it and clapping, and it just got a little frightened or whatever, and it just slipped and fell or whatever. So, but having Serena herself make a mistake like this, rather than potentially putting her Pokemon in situations where they would make the mistake, this is just not the right place or the right time for this, and I feel like it's like too late for Serena to be like, wait a minute, I need to really fix how I'm doing it. Now, of course, what I'm really hoping is that something will happen that Serena will be like, oh no, something bad is going to happen, but then she turns around and finishes it. Like, I think some examples might be like ice skating, ice figuring, or, like dancing on the ice, for judges and stuff. I think that's like a sport that's judged or something like that, where you're like dancing with a couple and you're like ice skating or whatever like that. So I think what it's going to happen is it's going to look like a mistake, but then she's going to like turn it into like some sort of move and like finish off. I'm hoping that's what it is, because if it's Serena sprains her ankle and somehow manages to pull through and she fails beating Arya because of the foot problem, or she falls over in a big way, noticeable way, but Serena comes out on top and she still somehow wins, it's going to be very strange. And the weird thing, and the thing that I hate most about this, is that these are only 2 episodes. And that wasn't necessarily a problem, except like I just said in the previous episode, Pancham is not going to have an appearance. So, well, it is going to have an appearance. The preview basically showed that, unless it was doing the whole entire 2 episodes. But are you telling me that Serena's Pancham isn't going to speak at all in the Masterclass episode? I don't care if it's a random Serena focused episode. Pancham doesn't necessarily have to be in that episode and speak, but if you're going to have episode where it's relating to her goal, you would want Pancham to be there to give at least moral support to Serena so she can do her free performances or her theme performance or whatever the case is. And you're going to tell me that, of course, somehow Pancham isn't going to have very much of a big role. So I feel like at this point they've just completely given up on Serena and we're like, why did we even make this? Seriously, can someone tell me what? Let's just get this over with. We've got 7th Generation coming. We've got Sun and Moon. We're going to do a series on that. Let's just get this over with, And it's like, really? And to make matters worse, of course, there's the whole Binacle episode, which was like unrelated completely for the most part with the main group, and it's like, it's just, I don't think I'm going to like Masterclass. I don't care if Serena becomes Kalos Queen, and that's the excuse that prevents Serena from following Ash everywhere. I just don't think I'm going to care. There just really isn't all that much excitement. Unlike other people who are complaining that Serena is using a fire performance, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, yes, because a scratch and hidden power performance would be so much better. But that's not me. I don't really care about the performance itself. It's just how everything is handled. So anyway, let's get into the new title already. Let's get away from Masterclass. And let's just get right into the title. And the title for XY&Z 21 is A Bride for Clemont, Bonnie's S'il Play Panic. Now, the reason why I didn't bring this up before is because I wanted to make absolutely certain that it was confirmed. And apparently the only confirmation for this episode's existence is new type, and I think there was maybe some image, but there was a little uncertainty about whether or not this is an actual episode, but with 3 summaries basically, and basically it's like confirmed at this point. Sarah B posted the title, everyone's posting the title, it seems to be an episode. The summary kind of makes sense in some way, that it would make sense for it to be an episode or whatever. It doesn't seem like it's fishy or fake. So that's why I'm doing it now, and because I forgot to do it in other videos, and I usually do this at this particular time. So let's jump right into the summaries and talk about it. Ash and his friend encounter a young woman who has the rabbit Pokemon Baniri as her partner. She's the heir to the famous robotics company and appears to be on the lookout for a prospective partner. As Ash and his friends continue their journey, they encounter a girl who has a Baniri as her partner. The girl is the only daughter of the president of a world-famous robotics company and tells them she's on the look for a prospective partner. She takes great interest in the devices Clemont has made and somehow feels very good about him. But Bonnie appears less pleased. As Ash and his friends continue their journey, they encounter a girl who has a Baniri as a partner. Bonnie proposes to her, but she doesn't laugh it off the way everyone assumes she would. It turns out that she's the only daughter of the president of a world-famous robotics company, and she tells him she's on the look for a prospective partner. So basically, the 3 summaries basically say the same thing, just a little bit more details. So what I expect this episode to be is Bonnie proposes to this girl, and she kind of is interested in Clemont. Clemont is an inventor. He's into electronics, so he would probably be interested in robotics. And I think what's going to happen is Clemont and this girl is going to hook it up really well. They're going to get very friendly with each other. No, no, not that friendly. This is Pokemon. Calm down, people. And then of course Bonnie is gonna come to the realization that, oh no, if Clemont marries this girl or something like that, then he's gonna be with her, and then it's not gonna be any good time for Bonnie, basically. Even though this is coming at a very strange time, since Clemont was at the gym for 4 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, approximately 4 episodes. There was might have been just 3, but there was there's Fennekin evolving. There was Sliggoo evolving. There was the whole Jesse Wobbuffet episode, and I think that may have been. And so Bonnie being like, no, no, you're just not going to pay attention to me anymore. No, you can't do this. You're not going to. But maybe it has something more to do with Clemont not being in the group anymore, and Serena's afraid that if Clemont marries this girl or bees with the girl, then her brother won't be with them with Ash and Serena as they go on their merry way or whatever. The one thing I like about this, technically, are the summaries, and that they don't mention anything at all in regards to Masterclass. Because sometimes they've done that, I think, when Ash won a gym badge or something like that, or when Dawn or May won a contest or something like that. I think one of the summaries for the next episode was something like, now that Ash has won his blank badge, or May Dawn won her blank ribbon or something like that, they run into this character of the day. So I like that how they didn't mention what's going to happen in the Masterclass episode. So that's really good. But I feel like this is a strange follow-up episode. I mean, even if Masterclass wasn't going to be 3 episodes, I feel like this could have been something in follow-up. Of course, a follow-up episode would probably reveal what would happen, but this just seems like it's kind of out of place. I'm not really understanding why this episode is here at this particular moment or time. But hey, it's Clemont centric. It's sibling centric. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what that will be like when that happens. Right now, we don't know any more information. So you probably, if you haven't seen my movie trailer discussion out, because I haven't uploaded that will be coming soon. When I talk about the Magirna Volcanion movie, that video is already recorded. I just need to edit and stuff. There's this particular video, and of course, there's also how Sun and Moon is going to affect the anime when it comes out. So that's pretty much all the episodes or videos that are coming out soon or may have already come out. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.